G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to try and do some little Valentine's hearts in the feathering technique. So that's what I'm going to have a go at. I've never actually used white as feathers. So I'm going to do a red background and then pale pink and white feathers. So we'll try that. I've got my pink and my red sitting there upside down, my pigment pastes. That's going to be for my red. I've put a little bit more resin in that one. These ones are about quarter full. Now I'm just going to pour some of this out. Oh, what's that? Little yellow dot. Get out. I think I got it. Alright, just going to pour these in. Now just don't fill them all the way up to the top because your colour will take up some room. So don't go crazy and fill them all up. I made 65 grams of part A and 30 grams of part B, and that should be enough for these little hearts. And I always do a little test one too, just to make sure that it's the right consistency. Whoops, a bit much in that one. I got carried away. This one here will be my little test piece. Oh, it's hot in the studio today. It's going to be hot today, 34 degrees. Actually, I should go and turn on all the air conditioners in the house. It's going to be one of those days. Hot, hot, hot. In Queensland, Australia today. Hot, hot, hot. Alright, I think that's about right. I always like to keep a little bit of resin just in case one of my colours doesn't work and then I want to make it up another batch. So it's a little tiny bit left in there. Let's make sure they're all relatively equal. It's a bit hard to tell. I think you need a bit more. Okay, that'll do. Right, so the red, I'm not sure if I'm going to like that shade of red. I might add a touch of black to it. We'll see how it goes. One, these are quite big drops, these. 2, 3, I'm just going to do 3. Close the little nozzle again. They're quite big drops coming out of there, and I like to put them in there so that I can actually count your drops. Otherwise, you know, with your pigment paste, you've got to dip your stick in and then think, oh, how many drops are on the end of that? You know, you just don't know. So I don't want it to be an orangey red. I want it to be a nice dark red, but I'm just a bit concerned if I add black to it, it might go kind of like a burgundy, and I don't want that. I'll try just the tiniest little amount. I'm going to clean that off, hadn't I? It's just if I do ruin it and it goes like burgundy, then I don't have any more left. I just put it on and actually wiped it off, so there's probably not much in there at all. I just wanted to be on the safe side. A little bit went in. All right, that's enough. It has changed a touch. I'm just going to wipe the end. I don't want any more on that, so I'm just going to actually clean that off. So I don't want any more black. I think that's enough. It's just taken it from orange up to a slightly darker red. Because I've done this in the past, and it's kind of gone like a burgundy colour, and then wasn't happy with it, so I'd rather add it really slowly. Okay, so that's going to be my background, and then so one of them is going to be very pale pink and one will be white. So I'm only going to do 1 drop of pink because I want it really baby pink, and then 2 drops of white. Just try and get my white to come down. Takes a little while. I should have had it upside down, but I didn't. Okay, there we go. 1, 2. So that's 2 in there. And then this one can have 3. 1, 2. Just gotta be careful not to squeeze too much out, otherwise your 3 drops ends up being like 5 drops, if you know, if they're too big. Right, I'm just going to give this a stir and walk around here, make sure we're still taping. Yes, we are. Oh, that's a pretty pink. Look at that. That's nice. Because, you know, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. I've already done my Valentine's Day pour, so that's ready to upload on Valentine's Day. Although you guys that aren't in Australia, you're going to see it on a different day, aren't you? Because our Valentine's Day is not your Valentine's Day. When you guys are out, when it's like my 8 p.m, like on a Saturday evening, it's your 6 a.m. on the Friday before. So we're in front of you. Something like that anyway. Now I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Right, so that's my white, that's my pink, that's my red. Now alcohol time. 100% isopropyl. And I've got it in my little nozzle bottle so that I can easily drip it out. Let's start with 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now I'm going to stir those up. I bought a bit of torch these because I've got some little bubbles in the middle. I'm going to stir those up, and I think I'm going to do some little test pieces because it takes such a long time and I don't want to bore you guys with, you know, standing there watching dots to see if they sink or not. So I'm just going to go, I'll get started on just checking my consistency and I'll come back to you shortly. Okay, I think I'm right. Took me a little while. And I just think it's easier for me to test them while you guys aren't all watching because I try and rush and then, you know, I make mistakes because I think, oh, yeah, it'll do, you know, I've taken long enough, it'll do, but I need to really try and concentrate and get it right. So I just kept adding alcohol, not to that one, but to these two until they floated because initially they were just dropping straight down. So you're going to add your alcohol until they float. So I may not even get big feathering with these. I may just get like little tiny featherings, which is fine as well. I don't mind. You get different size featherings depending on, you know, how heavy your pigment is. So if it's heavy, it drops down and you get more sort of thick, heavier feathering, but you've also got the chance that it might go blobby and sit on the bottom of your mold. Whereas if you do it a little bit lighter, it floats more and you get those little thin, sort of delicate featherings. Let me see if I can show you the difference. So I know what I'm talking about. So this is the heavier one. Oh, now I'm going to take my gloves off so I can touch the screen. Oh my gosh. Oh, right. So that's the heavier one. See, the feathers are bigger, heavier. They've kind of dropped down a little bit, which is really pretty. Gives you a 3D effect. And then there's this one here, which is still really pretty, but we've got smaller little featherings. They didn't drop as much. So that's the difference, depending on how heavy your pigment is. Let me just get my gloves back on now. So by the looks of these, what can I point with? These two here were my last ones. That pink was floating too much. I added a tiny bit more white, so it's these two. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, hey? Now I'm going to do the red first for the background. I'm going to try not to put too much colour in this time, because sometimes I just put too much in. And it's just like this mass. It depends, if it drops though, then it's just this mass. It looks like this underwater seaweed. And it's all flowing together. But I thought I'll try not to put quite as much colour in. We'll see how that goes. If you're doing a background like this, you need to have more of your background colour, because obviously it's got more drops in it than the other colours. So make up a little bit more, and your colour that you're doing for your background, you don't want it to sink, you just want it to sit on top. So no white in it to make it drop, and just any pigment paste should work. All right. We'll do that, leave that there. I've still got some more if I want to add a little bit more red, but the red will just sort of expand and float on top. All right, here we go. Let's do the pink, and you're not dropping it in from up high, you're just sort of placing it on top. Move that out of the way. My colours don't tend to blend. I don't know why. They just sort of stay separate. Maybe if I make them a bit thinner, they might blend. Something else I'm going to have to experiment with, because my pink stays on its own pink, and my white, well, I haven't tried white before, but the background stays separate. They don't really blend. So I'm running out of colour. Oh my gosh, might not have enough for these two. Thought I made up plenty. Might not do that one. I don't want to sell the other ones short. I found if I put like a really small little blob in, it just kind of sinks straight to the bottom. So may not do that last one. Let's put some white in. So where the colour touches the other colour, it kind of grabs it and just drops. Whereas when it's sitting on its own, it's got its own little space, it just kind of floats. So you do get a different look. Just trying to put them in areas where I haven't got any colour. You can see how they're spreading already. Just dropping them gently on top. Don't want to drop from up high, you know, the weight of it might cause it to just sort of drop straight down. So, whoops, that was a big one. Whenever I say, whoops, that's a big one, I end up with a big blob on the bottom because it's too heavy. Let's do a little bit more white. A tiny bit left. I hope this works. See, I wasn't going to do the video. I was going to test it first and see if it worked. And then I thought, oh, well, if it works, and then I'll be kicking myself that I didn't do a video. So let's see how it works. Okay, so now I just got to, do I want to do any more red? Still got some red left. Clean out my little cups so I can use them again. Got a little bit of red left. I might put just, a little bit in there. There's a bit of a gap. Oops, I better not do that. I'm pushing the whole thing down. Trying to clean up my mess. No! Oh my gosh. That one's a bit full. Where else? I think no, it's alright. I think I might have stuffed that one up. Not sure. See what happens. I think it's a bit full, and then when I touch the side to clean it, it's kind of run out. Let's just leave it alone. So it is 9:45. So I will come back at 10:30 in 45 minutes. I won't keep that. And give it a swirl. Okay? So, yeah, they're spreading nicely on top, filling in all the gaps. So the only concern of them spreading so much is, of course, they won't drop because they're light and they're spreading over the top instead. But like I showed you with that blue one that was only the little tiny feathers, that was really pretty too, wasn't it? So I think either way, whatever way it decides it wants to go, I think it's going to be beautiful regardless. It's just never the same as what you expect it to be. All right, I'll be back in 45 minutes. I've got to go and jump in the shower because I'm going out. I'm back. Should have come back 10 minutes ago. I forgot about it. Well, I didn't forget about it. I just didn't have my phone with me. It was on charge. Look how it's all spread to the outside. That's a good sign, I think. Right, let's do some swirling, hey? Just with a little toothpick. Here we go. Make sure there's no hair on it. And I do kind of just touch the bottom just ever so slightly. See how it leaves that little stringy bit on the end? So that's, you know when it's ready. If you swirl too early, your colours, like the toothpick just goes straight through the colours and then it'll just come back again. Whereas if you wait until it's thickened, it's like parting the sea and they stay. The feathers stay in their little feathery shapes. So that's why you have to wait. Now I wait sort of 50 minutes-ish. I have waited like an hour 10 when I forgot about it. But the amount of time that you have to wait will be determined by the type of resin that you've got and how long of a work time it has. This particular resin, the Platinum Ultra Clear, has a, I'm trying to do a heart here. No, I don't think so. It has a 45-minute work time. So, yeah, it's starting to get sticky, as you can see. Now, the other thing you need to do is, because you've moved everything around, gave it a swirl, bubbles are going to pop up. So we do need to torch them, and I can see one there. If you are going to use a torch around a silicone mold, try and get a little one with a little tiny flame, and then you can just sort of torch in the middle where you need to, and you're not going to be risking like touching the actual silicone. Like I'm just torching in the middle. I can do selective torching, whereas if I was using, say, something like that, it'd just flame out and melt the whole thing. So I don't like using the embossing tools, only because it's a wind and it like blows everything away, but that's just my preference. So I have previously melted molds where I've got too close, but this little guy, this new little one, I found him to be the best so far. Even these ones are a little bit too big and a little bit too hot. Right, I'm going out shortly. I'm going to go and get some furniture for Christy. She's bought her first house. So we're going to go and get some furniture. I'm just going to swirl that one. Why not? So I'm going to come back in a few minutes and just see if there's any more bubbles that have come up. It kind of spoils it if you've got bubbles. So I'm going to cover it. I'll check it again shortly. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the great unmolding. Hope it works. Gee, it's going to be, if this works, it's just going to be amazing. So cross your fingers for me that it works. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm back. I'm outside. It's a bit of an overcast day today, so hopefully we've got good light. They're looking a bit orange through my screen, so hopefully we'll be able to get the true colour. Otherwise I might have to move. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm so keen about these. Hope they work. Please work, please work, please work. I'll be ready. Oh, it worked. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is, oh wow. Oh look, maybe these are like my new favourites. Wow, look at that. I've got just enough wispiness. Some of the white and the pink has still stayed at the top and given little feathers, and then we've got the bigger feathers, and look at that red background. It stayed at the top. Oh, I love it. Let's have a look at the others real quick. Oh, that one's got a couple of, oh, there's a little bit of overflow. I'll have to trim that. There's a couple of little dots there that have kind of dropped down, but it's not too bad at all. Love it. Are we focusing? I hope we're focusing. It's been hard to see out here in the glare. Let's get that middle one out. The middle one's always the hardest to get out, just because it's where it is. Now once I get these right, I'm going to fill the top in, although I must say I'm very unhappy with this mould. See how, I'll show you that one in a sec, see how the hearts have gone white? This is still clear or translucent, but the hearts have gone white, and I've only used them like maybe 6 times and they've gone white, so they're no longer shiny. They've got this matte look to them. So yeah, very unhappy about that. It's like a waste of money. I didn't expect it to do that. Oh, look, another one! Just like the other one. Oh, they're so pretty. Beautiful, beautiful Valentine's hearts. So you can either maybe stick a magnet on it, you can drill a little hole, turn it into a key ring. What I thought I might try is, you know how you drill into the top there and you put like a little eyelet in and twist it, and then you can thread your chain through? So I might have a go at that, drilling a little hole in there. I think that would be relatively easy to do for me. I might have to get myself just a little tiny girly drill. Can you get a little tiny girly? Oh, I like that. Stop me talking. I like how it's got more red in the middle. Do you like that? See, this one's got colour in the middle. It's like all pink, and then that one's got that pop of red in the middle. So yeah, just different. Oh, these are so pretty, you guys. Let's see if we can see the sides a little bit better for you. I think the colour might be showing up a little bit more orange than it is. It's actually a nice dark deep red. Oh, and that one's got a lot of swirling in it. I must have swirled that one a lot. But we've still got that little bit of red just on the edges there, which just frames that feathering beautifully. I'm so happy with these. And I didn't know if the white would actually work, because I've never done just plain white, but why not? Love it. I have to go to work today. Again, that's why I'm out here pretty early in the morning. Again, really pretty. These have all worked really nicely. Hope they're focusing. I just can't tell. Right, last one. Now I have made another mould, a heart mould, but it's got the little nibs in it already so that you don't have to drill. So now that I can't use this one anymore because they're not shiny, I mean they're okay, like I guess you could get away with it, but when I put it next to my other ones, which I did earlier, which have got that shine, these ones just look a little bit sort of matte and dull against them. Like they just don't look as nice. It's almost like you have to put a clear coat of resin over the top just to bring back the shine, which is a real shame. So next time I do these hearts, I'm going to be using my new mould, and it's actually got 16 hearts on it. It is in my eBay store if anybody wants one, but I'll be doing them in future because then I can get my shine back. So yeah, these look really pretty. Oh my gosh. Alright, so there they are. I don't know if I'm going to... I won't set them up for a photo shoot or anything. I'll just take a photo and pop that up. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that. Little Valentine's hearts. So thank you so much for watching, subscribing, commenting, all that. Let me know which have been your favourites so far. I think these might be my new favourites. Alright, thanks guys. I'll see you real soon for the next video. I'll just sort of take it down for a little bit of a close-up, if I can. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.